Agros International is a Seattle-based nonprofit that seeks to break the cycle of poverty and create paths to prosperity for farming families in rural Latin America.
Agros model is holistic. We believe that to really break poverty, we need to understand what causes poverty. So it's not just access to water or lack of credit or lack of opportunities. It's all combined. So our model focuses on four main opportunity areas. First, access to land, so people can have a place to live and grow their families. Second is access to health and well-being services that cover not just basic education. Actually, we have education from kindergarten up to high school in most of our communities, but actually health, not just with clinics, but actually building community brigadistas, which are community workers who are right there in the village, providing support and training to the families. The third area is market-led agriculture. It's not just producing agriculture, making sure that you know how to work on the land. It's how you make money from it, how you connect with the markets, how you look this as a business. And the four components is financial empowerment, which is about helping families take control and plan their finances smartly and start to plan for the future.
We serve residents of Central America. They are predominantly landless farmers, people who would typically move from place to place trying to find work, and they are the poorest in the nations of Central America. Currently, we're working in Honduras, Nicaragua, and Guatemala, with a main focus in Nicaragua with our most villages.
We're very happy celebrating our 35th anniversary this October. So this is, a big achievement for Agros. Over these 3 decades plus, we've been able to open 43 villages, actually 44. We just launched our new village, Nuevo San Jose, in Nicaragua last month. And it's an opportunity for us to share the dreams come true. In 35 years, we've been able to benefit more than 12,000 individuals. We have purchased more than 7,300 acres of land with the whole purpose of transferring them in ownership.
We talk about generational change as an organization all the time, but it matters to me because you can see it firsthand. When a family is moving from place to place and don't have an opportunity to put down roots, that means that their children don't have access to school, they don't have consistent nutrition, they don't have consistent health care, and so not only are we providing for the parents for their own financial needs, but we are setting their kids on a path to success.
So they as a community, as a unit, can actually be the ones who build their futures. So in Agros, you will find in every single village, you will find that these families join, organize, they take control of their governance, they form their board of directors, their councils, they interact with the government, they interact with our staff, and they interact with our donors as well.
We have specialists at Agros that go out and into these villages weekly, and the agronomists help teach all of the necessary training for growing and harvesting crops, and then also they help them in forward purchase contracts so that these agronomists can know who they're going to sell to before they've even grown.
But I was just in Nicaragua a few weeks ago, and I happened to see a family who became a good friend. His name is Henry. And Henry was the first farmer who was able to pay his land in that village in Nicaragua. But he didn't pay it by himself. He had the support of his wife. His wife was fundamental for getting that achievement and being able to pay the land in a record time of 4 years. What makes that story really unique is that he introduced me to Kevin, his 19-year-old son. And Kevin is going to be the first of the second generation who's going to pay his land as well, in a record time of 2.5 years.
So a few years ago, we had an opportunity to take a vision trip and share some villages with some other people who were interested in Agros. And we went to the village of San Jose, Nicaragua. And in this village, which had been established for about 11 years, there was a young man and his wife who were second generation who moved in with their parents for about a year, Moises and Rosa. And Moises, while living with his father-in-law, heard that there was an opportunity to actually settle on some land that had been given up. And so we called us village within a village, basically. He applied for the opportunity and he was given a parcel of land. And Moises had only had experience landscaping and washing cars before this, but he took to the teaching from the agronomists that Agros brings out to the villages at least weekly, And he was kind of one of the forerunners of adopting some new technologies that really made his family successful.
Something that I really loved about Agros was the way that they worked with families in the long term, for the long term, so that it wasn't just like, here's an input, goodbye, good luck. We really made sure that the families were breaking out of poverty and moving into a stable place. Agros is really holistic in its programming, but I think one of the things that really stood out to me when I was looking to join Agros was that a donation can give a family a house. There's a story of a woman that I read about here who had been sleeping under a plastic tarp for years in between two houses in an alley, and now she has a home. And a donation from a family here can give a family in Central America stability, roof over their heads, and a place to grow.
Donation is the fuel for Agros. We can have the team, we can have the skills, we can have the program, but without the support of people, without the trust of the people, and without the generous donations, there's very little we can do. So when you give to Agros, you're really giving hope to families, you're really helping us transform lives.
You can see that some people are really, really stuck. And it's a healthy reminder, especially here in Seattle, that there's not just poverty in our local communities, but poverty worldwide, and those people are equally deserving of an opportunity and hope.